Good morning, A2 students. Sorry it's taken me literally all week to make these videos. So when you're looking at these problems, you first want to make sure you're highlight, and you want to make sure you are defining any words or any relationships. You want to define them right there on the paper. So looking at this example one, in the following diagram, the measure of angle ADB. Okay, so I'm immediately going to start by highlighting angle ADB. I'm going to use blue. ADB, and so A, D, and then B. Okay. So we know that is 90 degrees. That's what this information is telling us here. So we could, if we wanted to, we could go in and draw that little 90-degree box in to reassure us that it's 90. So if that equals 90 degrees, that means that that angle ADC, so again, let's get ADC up here. That's going to be green. That would be ADC. And CBD, which is this one, CBD. So that means those two angles are what if they equal 90? And this is coming from the fact that if I have two parts, remember sum of the parts equals the whole. If I have two parts and I add them together, then they have to equal the whole thing. So if I have two angles that equal 90 degrees, going back through my notes, if you don't know already, well, those are called complementary angles. So that blank there that I'm filling in is for complementary. COMPLIMEN. Complementary. I think I spelled that wrong. Let's double check. No, I think I'm okay. So that's the vocab part. You're sitting there, you're defining it, you're writing down what those things mean. I could even come here and write down the equation. Let's see. If I take angle ADC and add it to angle CDB, that should equal what? Those two angles, when I add them together, should equal what because of them being complementary? Should equal 90. Well, now I'm going to use that to make an equation. So if the measure of angle ADC, so that's my green one, so my green angle, notice how if I'm talking about the same angle here, I'm going to use the same color. There's no need to have all those different colors if you're talking about the same angle. So I'm going to go to my diagram, and in my diagram, I'm going to label this. ACD is 6x plus 10. So labeling, marking up the diagram. And CBD, which is in yellow, is 4x. So I'm just going to do them 4x plus 10, CDB. So ACD, I have the equation right here, which is why it's important to take a minute to write that down. So ACD is that 6x plus 10 plus CBD is 4x plus 10, and that's going to be equal to 90 degrees because they're complementary. Now I can solve that equation. 6 plus 4 is 10x plus 20 is equal to 90 minus the 20 to both sides. 10x 9, 8, 7. Divide by 10, x is equal to 7. So again, I have my x value, but now I need to go back and use that x value to make sure that I'm answering the question. Remember, the equation is too easy to solve for that to be all you do. So the question is asking us to find the measure of BDC. BDC, that's BDC. Oh, well, I can see from looking at the diagram here and highlighting it that BDC is the same angle as CDB. So Angle BDC is the same as CDB. So I can use that yellow highlight, that yellow expression. So the measure of angle BDC is going to be equal to whatever 4x plus 10 is. Well, we know that we found x to be 7, so I'm going to use that. So we have 4 times 7 plus 10. 4 times 7 is 28. Plus 10 is going to be 38 degrees. So the measure of angle BDC is equal to 38 degrees. And there is our example 1.